my name is Gage Garcia. Today we're doing a podcast called In the Paint. I'm the co-host, and then my brother is the actual host of the show.
My name is Calvin. Quick backstory, Gage. Tell them about yourself.
I play college basketball. I'm semi-good at basketball, so I was like, you know what? I might as well try college basketball. And since I talk about basketball so much, I was like, might as well, start a podcast with my brother.
Sure. We do talk ball a lot. I think he's given himself a little less credit than he deserves, but that's fine. My name's Calvin. I'm a basketball coach. I've been coaching now AAU and then high school this last year. Before that, it was youth sports. And yeah, we just talk about basketball a lot. So he asked me if I would want to start a podcast. And I said, why not? Might as well as record it.
As you can tell from today, hair day, not there.
My hair looks okay. Looks okay. Not the greatest. Nothing like the picture on the thing.
Yeah. Expectations.
Yeah. No, we for sure did not show up dapper to the first episode. Obviously, we don't have a studio either or anything. But
anyways,
what can listeners expect from future episodes, Gage?
We'll be talking about a lot of NBA stuff. We'll be making fun, I guess, having fun conversations, talking about sports, mainly basketball.
Are you covering up your mic?
No.
Yeah, you were.
My bad. Anyways.
We'll probably have a lot of NBA games. I'd say conversations about like you'll see in today's episode. We're gonna talk about NBA duos. We're gonna talk about
MVP players. What we think about them.
Hypotheticals.
Hypotheticals. Yeah.
Say it again.
Hypotheticals.
All right, let's just get into it. We're starting with MVP race. That's the first topic, right?
Yeah.
Who's your MVP?
I have Jokic.
You have Jokic?
Yes. Over who?
It's SGA.
No.
Okay.
No.
Hear me out. Do I think SGA deserves to win MVP? No. Is he going to? Yes. Okay. So then we're in agreement.
Oh, yes, but if you're looking at statistics, Jokic is beating him in everything except points. That's just because
and free throws.
And free throws. That's just SGA knows how to, get to the line.
Okay, so we were supposed to discredit SGA for getting to the line?
I'm not saying that, but if you look at if you take Jokic out of the Nuggets' lineup, they're not going to do anything. They're going to be bottom of the Western Conference.
Okay, to play devil's advocate, if you take SGA out of the OKC, they're not in the first seed in the West.
They're not first, but they're going to be top 5.
No.
Yes.
Without SGA, they're not better than the Rockets. They're not better than the Lakers. They're not better than the Nuggets.
The lineup they built.
You think that lineup without SGA is beating the Grizzlies in a 7-game series?
I don't know about beating a 7-game series, but they're going to be top 5.
They're a higher record?
Yes. It's after top 5 at least. Top 5.
I think you're bugging.
Okay.
I think you're bugging. Can we throw out a name in there that might deserve it? Donovan Mitchell?
That's true.
He's on the best team in the East,
We could say LeBron James too.
They're 2 games behind. Well, we could say LeBron James every year. He is the most valuable player.
Yeah.
Without LeBron, the Lakers are.
Or Luka.
Luka's getting there, but LeBron
so much that you can't get the word now.
Well, and LeBron has been the MVP for the past 12 years. The league just doesn't want to give it to him because they want to keep it interesting for everybody else, which is fine. I get that. But LeBron is the most valuable player in the NBA every single year, and probably until he retires. If we had an NBA draft to win a championship this year, LeBron James would be the number 1 pick.
LeBron's in the league till 60, so.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, I don't know about all that. Can we talk about Bronny possibly winning an MVP? No, that's not going to happen?
I think he's going to be a good role player.
Yeah, I think so, too. He might win 6th Man of the Year.
I think so. I don't think he's going to be like his dad, though.
At some point. I don't think it's going to be this year by any means.
What do you think about his son, though?
Bronny's son? Oh, Bryce? Bryce the dog. Bryce is the dog.
I think he'll be like Bronny in the NBA if he makes it.
No, I think Bryce is better than Bronny.
You think so?
I think so.
I
think Bryce is a dog.
I think they're close in competition.
If you have watched any of those high school games in the Sierra Canyon, dog. He's a dog.
He does have the height and wingspan. So
yeah, he does. Yeah. What's your team that's flying under the radar? Let's talk about a team that's flying under the radar.
Ready? I got one right here.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Pistons. From last year to now.
Cade's overrated.
No. Look at it. They're the 60 in the Eastern Conference. Going from the bottom having like one of the worst records in like NBA history to now being the 6th seed, that's an accomplishment.
I'm not saying it's not. I don't think. Okay, do we really consider a 6 seed flying under the radar?
Yeah.
So right now, playoffs start today, and after the play-in, they're playing the Knicks. Do you think the Pacers are beating the Knicks?
Yeah, 100%.
Sorry, the Pistons, not the Pacers. You think the Pistons are beating the Knicks?
Yes. I'm telling you, they're a defensive team. They're set.
I'm gonna reiterate this one more time. You think the Pistons are beating the Knicks in a 7-game series?
Calling it right now when the playoffs come.
Yeah.
Pistons are beating the Knicks. If they play 7-game series, Pistons are winning. Yes.
I got the Knicks in.
No.
I almost said 5. I'll go 6, but I don't have the Pistons winning.
Pistons are a great team. They're built.
Okay, sure.
I'm telling you.
They don't have any playoff experience. They have a chronic choke artist in Tobias Harris on their team.
I mean, look at the Milwaukee Bucks. They got Darvin Ham. So.
I mean, that's true. Darvin Ham's kind of cheeks.
Salute to that.
Salute. The team that's flying under the radar right now that nobody seems to be talking about is the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets. Put it up to your face. Yeah, we need to be able to hear you. The Houston Rockets are 9-1 in their last 10 games. Nobody said a thing about that. You check ESPN, the casual fan probably doesn't even know the Houston Rockets are in the playoffs. Jalen Green is a dog.
You know what's a good team right now too? The Clippers. They're a 7th seed, but they're on a 6-game winning streak right now.
Here's the thing though, is that like with the Clippers, the West is so stacked.
Yeah.
I don't see them winning anything. Like,
I think they'll put up competition.
Kawhi looks like a frail version of himself.
I mean, that's what happens when you're out for 3 years, you know.
That's true. I think the Magic are kind of scary.
The Magic?
I think the Magic are kind of scary. I think Paolo Banchero's a dog. He's a dog.
He is indeed. And you got Franz.
They're dogs, man.
He's going off right now.
They got a squad.
They do have a squad.
They're young, but they got a squad. And I don't know. They gave the Cavs the work a couple days ago. So, I mean, I could see something crazy happening.
He has a really good team too. The Brooklyn Nets.
No, just stop it. Now we're trolling. So tell me why you think the Thunder are an actual threat in the playoffs.
They're a good team. Don't get me wrong. Regular season stacked out of their mind, but they lost to the Clippers last year.
Okay.
So it's like
they were young though.
They're young,
and they developed.
But what's not gonna make it them get in the playoffs again? Everything needs to excuse that they're still young, even though they got bounced when they're the 1st seed. It's like,
well, if you look at the standings right now, let's say the play-in played exactly how it is. That means that they would host the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Round 1.
Timberwolves beat them.
Dude, stop it,
dude.
You are riding so hard right now,
dude. I'm saying it's going to Game 6, Game 7 at least,
and the Thunder win.
Maybe. We have to see how it plays out. They're both good teams.
Is Ant guarding SGA?
Yeah.
He's fouling out.
I mean, look at what happened last time, though.
He's fouling out.
What happened last time?
He's fouling out.
Last game, we won overtime, Timberwolves won. And then the game before that, OKC won, and then Timberwolves won the game before that one.
He is a Timberwolves fan, for those that are interested.
All I'm saying, it's gonna be a close series.
It'll be a close series. I'm not disputing that, but I don't think it's gonna go to. I don't think it'll go to 7. I think the Thunder's winning 6.
All right, I gotta say this though. I think Lakers are 2nd round exit.
Really?
Yes.
Let's play this out right now. So right now we play the Grizzlies round 1. I think that's easy.
Mm-hmm.
I think we beat the Grizzlies pretty easily. That means we play the Thunder. You think we're losing to the Thunder?
I don't know, but seems
so. Let's play your hypothetical, right? Let's play your hypothetical. Let's say the Timberwolves beat the Thunder. That means we have Timberwolves Lakers round 2. Are they still a 2nd round exit?
No, because then.
Right. Okay. So then we go to the Western Conference Finals. We're probably looking at either the Rockets or the Nuggets.
Yeah.
I think we can beat the Nuggets this year.
I don't know. Last 2 years, it didn't look so pretty, did it?
We didn't have Luka.
Yeah,
We had AD who was like, "Oh, I need a center because I don't want to guard Nikola Jokic."
all I'm gonna say, Timberwolves beat them last year, so seems like your Lakers squad couldn't do that. Oh, out there, he's a Lakers fan.
Because we didn't have. Okay, you know what? Austin Reeves
Yep.
has grown significantly. You know that. I know that. The entire NBA world knows that. I told you last year to watch him. He was going to be a dog. Number 2, Luka Doncic might be a top 5 player in the league.
That's true.
Anthony Davis was a top 25 player in the league.
I don't know. I'll give him top 10.
AD?
Yeah, start of the season? Yeah.
Yeah, at the start of the season. That's because JJ Redick actually knows how to use a big.
Yeah, until he got injured.
Not Darvin Ham. Salute.
Until he got injured. I think AD was a top 10 player in the league.
A top 10 player in the league.
Before his groin injury, and then before he got traded to the freaking Mavs. Now they're down to their 6 players rotation.
I don't think he's a top 10 player in the league.
Yes, he was.
I don't. Okay.
Top 10.
You know what? Agree to disagree. We got to move on. Let's get in the paint.
Yeah.
So in the paint is our weekly segment where we're actually going to deep dive into a topic that we decided we want to talk about, or one or two topics. This week we're talking about 2 different things: what makes a true hooper in the NBA, and how modern basketball has changed the role of the big man. Which one do you want to start with?
We'll start with the true hooper one.
Go ahead. What makes a true hooper in the NBA?
I think a prime example.
Okay.
Not gonna glaze because I like him. I think
I already knew this was coming.
I think Anthony Edwards has got to be one of them.
Okay. Why?
Because he's a 3-and-D player.
Okay.
He can
You
play
think
both sides.
You think 3-and-D makes a true hooper?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like he plays both sides,
Yeah.
offense and defense efficiently.
Okay.
It's like that's a superstar. That's a hooper right there.
Okay.
So in my opinion, that's what I think that's what a true hooper in today's NBA is. But the problem is we don't find many people that play both sides.
No.
Not like I'm glazed here, but like that.
Okay. So.
Or Nikola Jokic is another example, but
Okay.
he's a defensive liability in some parts.
Okay. So is Steph Curry a hooper?
Yeah.
He doesn't play that good at defense though.
Yeah, that's the problem. But he's the greatest shooter, so it's like it's hard to like figure out what it is though because.
Okay. So here's what I think a hooper is.
Yeah.
I think a hooper is somebody who is either good at everything or great at something in the NBA. Curry, best shooter of all time, without question.
I mean, I'm a better shooter, but
yeah, I'm gonna act like you didn't say that. Nikola Jokic, probably the most versatile big man of all time, right? I mean, you look at Dylan Brooks, trash talker. That's a category I think is underrated. I think talking trash is an underrated characteristic.
problem is Dylan Brooks can't back it up.
Oh, yes, he can.
I don't know.
Are you kidding me?
At least some of the games I've watched where he talks shit, it always like ends up firing back at his face.
Well, yeah, I mean, sometimes it does because he talks trash to LeBron.
I mean, yeah.
Boo, 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 boo. You don't come for the GOAT. Like, you know what I mean?
Guess.
You don't come for LeBron.
I mean, I would, but
And you would end up in the same spot Dylan Brooks does every single time.
I'm the NBA. That's a good reason.
You'd be out the NBA, that's for sure.
I'd be in China right now playing against them.
You would be that one hooper who LeBron was on the sideline. He's like, "Hey, Rook, show me something." He goes around the corner, off the screen, clanks a 3, and LeBron's like, "You trash, bro." That's what you would be. No, what makes a true hooper is somebody who's good at like
everything.
Yeah, or they're great at something. Right, and when I say great, I mean either like at the top level in that sport at that time or generation.
So, do you think Luka is a hooper?
I think Luka is. The thing about Luka that's funny is that when he actually tries on defense, he actually does play really good defense. I think he's what we would call a generational hooper. I think you only got a couple of those.
I think Wemby's another one too.
I think I'd say Wemby's.
We've never seen someone that's like 7'3" that can pull up from the freaking.
It's a unicorn. You've never seen something like that. I would say Shaq. Right? Generational. Kobe, generational. Mike, generational. LeBron, generational. Steph doesn't play the greatest defense. I'm not putting him in the generational category. Magic, generational. Played great defense.
So would you say Larry Bird's generational then?
I would say Larry's generational. Yeah, absolutely. I think Steph is very, very good at shooting the basketball. He's a bucket from anywhere on the court, let's be honest. He could cook. Like Kyrie. Those handles.
Generational.
I don't think he's generational.
You don't think so?
No. I think he's great.
What about AI? Think he was generational then?
AI might have been generational because he was the first one to do what he did. Like, just impress everybody.
I think with the current NBA, and then like
Yeah.
90s, 2000, early 2000s.
Yeah.
I think it's like they've done it, and now we're just like we've already seen it so much. It's
We're
like
accustomed to it.
yeah.
Okay. Do you think that if you put AI in today's NBA,
I think he'd be like a normal hooper.
you think he'd be a normal hooper?
I think he'd be like Kyrie or Irving. I think he goes out.
Kyrie Irving ain't a normal hooper.
Well, I'm not saying like that, but like, he's like going to be your average like superstar. Like goes out.
He'd be a superstar.
Yeah, he'd go out there and get you like 20, holy crap, 20 to 26 points.
20 to 26.
Yeah, I couldn't get the 26.
I can see 20 to 26.
Yeah,
26, 25.
Well, like back then, I was like he was someone like if you put Kyrie back in where his like generation or like
you put Kyrie back in the early 2000s.
It's like holy crap, that's like something new we've never seen before.
He's the greatest of all time.
But now, if you see like with Michael Jordan,
Mm-hmm.
well, all the highlights he did, now we see all out of those highlights now. So it's like
right. It's like oh,
it was generational then. Now it's normal because we've accustomed to it.
Yeah, well, basketball's developed over time.
And yeah,
you know what I mean. Like back in the '80s, a hooper was probably somebody who was just good at something on the court, right? Like Bill Laimbeer was a hooper because he played good post D. That's it. But you put Bill Laimbeer in today's NBA, he's not.
What about Dennis Rodman?
He was a hooper just for the rebounding.
Yeah,
the defense.
I think if you put him out on like an NBA team now,
yeah,
I think it's like he's gonna be your average role player. Go out there and get your rebounds. And that's it.
Yeah. I think. Well, I think he'd still be a great post.
I think he'd still be a really good perimeter like defender and rebounder.
I don't know if he would beat Draymond in a 1v1.
That'd be a good matchup.
I think Draymond would beat him in a 1v1.
I think just because the game has evolved so much and Draymond has the rules, I guess, have changed. Like if you're doing today's like rules, no 1v1, I think Draymond wins.
100%.
But
I even think back then.
I think back then too, just because Draymond plays like he does, like I don't play with
he's
that.
He's a dog. Then. Shout out Draymond Green.
Yeah.
I is there somebody who you think people probably think is a hooper that you don't think is? Like who's somebody in the NBA who you like? People are like, that's a hooper, and you're like, that's not a hooper. He ain't that good.
I don't really have one on the top of my head at the moment.
No.
I'm like, it's hard for me to say. Because there's superstars. Like, I couldn't. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
Do you have one?
I'm trying to think.
It's hard. It's like,
you know who I would have said wasn't a hooper 5 years ago. Who people would have been mad at me for?
Who?
Giannis Antetokounmpo. 5 years ago, Giannis was not a hooper. Was he an athletic freak? Absolutely.
The Greek freak?
He was not a hooper 5 years ago. Now he has a mid-range shot. He's starting to knock down threes consistently. He's starting to, handle the ball. He got a post bag. Like, there's a lot of things there. I would have said Giannis was not a hooper 5 years ago.
That's
now obviously he's a hooper. You think Gary Payton's a hooper?
I think so. Yeah.
He's a 3-and-D guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we talking about the right Gary Payton?
Gary Payton on the Golden State Warriors?
That was the Gary Payton the second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad. Not
I was going to say, I never talked about Sonic's Gary Payton. I'm like,
no, not OG.
He was pretty good on defense.
He was a dog. Yeah, he's a hooper, 100%. He was still talking trash to Kevin Durant in the Suns game.
He didn't lock up Jordan, but
but when they put him on him, things started to happen.
Yeah, I guess, but it was a one game. Maybe Jordan had an off night,
or Gary played good defense. Michael had to adjust.
I guess he lit him up the next game. So yeah,
lit him up was crazy. That's the glove. Let's move to the big man.
Yep.
Since I'm a big, I feel like I'm pretty qualified to talk about this topic.
Okay. Well, are we going with big like? If we're going to have an average NBA big, and I say no.
What do you mean? Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm a like modern day NBA big.
That's cap.
No, I am.
No.
I'm exactly what. Okay. Obviously, I'm not saying that like I'm a big in terms of like I could play in the NBA.
Okay, I would say like your height is 6'3". I'm like
no. But like the way I play when we have court runs, right? I'm a modern day NBA big.
Yeah.
Rebound. I can stretch the floor sometimes, right? I like to pass. Nikola Jokic is the perfect example of what people are looking for in a modern day big. Obviously, because he's an MVP candidate every single year.
So what are your thoughts on Victor Wembanyama?
Victor Wembanyama.
Such a long name.
It's a very long name. I think the NBA is going to start moving from bigs that are like big body, dominant, strong into
shooting,
skilled.
Like Chet's another good example.
Chet's a good example, but I don't think skinnier is the right term. I think these are just.
I want to say skinnier, but they're so tall, like their muscles. I guess like.
I think the thing that people don't realize is that most bigs in high school don't get a lot of the recognition that like guards and like flashy small forwards like Zion do, right? So they go to college usually, and when they go to college, they play 1 year, whereas back in the day they used to play 3 or 4. Those 2 years were crucial for development and becoming like an actual man. Wemby's what, 19?
No, oh yeah, maybe.
He's maybe 19.
Maybe he's like very very young.
He's young, right? Like Chet, I think he's what, 20, 21 now? Maybe 22?
Yeah.
Even still.
Was he in the 2021 draft?
Yeah. Yeah, so he
I
was
don't
1
know,
year.
Ant,
22, 23, 22. So, but even still, the problem is that these players are going to college for 1 year instead of the 2 or 3 that they used to. That gives them time to develop their body. If Chet would have came out a year later and just went into the weight room for an entire year, dog.
I have a question then.
What's up?
Do you think like how the rules are for like NCAA for like football? Do you think that should be applied to?
Is it 2 years minimum?
I think isn't it 4?
No, it's not 4.
Is it 2?
Yeah, I think it's 2.
You think it should be applied to the college basketball?
Yeah, probably. I mean, like
the problem is like generational talent, like Cooper Flag and like Wemby. You know,
right? But
Wemby didn't go to college.
Would anybody have a problem with seeing Cooper Flag play one more college basketball season? Especially with NIL deals now, like he's getting paid.
Yeah, I feel like that's the problem now with NIL deals. There's like no point of going to NBA right away. You might as well just stay in college and just, you know.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is like, why would I not want to work on my bag?
Yeah.
What, risk injury? I'm still a millionaire.
That's true. Problem is now you have eligibility, so when those years are up and you're injured and you don't get like drafted, it's like.
Well, that's why, like, all right, I'd stay for 2 years. If I'm Cooper Flag, I'm coming back to Duke next year. I'm not going to the NBA this year. No.
I was gonna say, especially the teams like Washington.
Right. Why do I want to play for the Wizards?
No.
I
mean, I don't know. They might have a roster next year. Yeah,
I mean, there is a world right now where the Spurs end up with the number 1 pick.
That'd be some crazy work.
There's also another world where the Thunder end up with the number 1 pick.
I mean, Washington Wizards, you got Poole, Middleton.
I'm not going to play in Washington.
You know? I don't know.
I don't want to be in the nation's capital. Absolutely not.
I wasn't that bad.
Absolutely not. Not a chance. If I'm Cooper Flag, I'm pulling an Eli Manning. I will not play there. This is the place I want to play. That's it.
Pull Charles Barkley and you start gaining weight.
Yeah. Just get fat, and you can work it off, right? It's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy. No, I think the modern day NBA big is the role has changed because it's not. You're not now known just for your defense and playing down low. You stretch the floor.
Now they're like bigs are required. I guess I'm not gonna say required, but a lot of them are like shooting the ball more.
Right. And when Tim Duncan played center, he would shoot from the mid range. People were like, Tim Duncan's changing the game because he can shoot a mid range shot.
Like now, if you put Shaq, imagine if Shaq could shoot threes.
If Shaq could shoot threes, he'd be the greatest player of all time.
Yeah,
without a question, right?
But would he still be that dominant like big now? So I think that's what the problem is with bigs. Like they're not dominant big.
I think Shaq would still be dominant in today's NBA just because he's purely physical. Like you, and he was. Well, people don't realize how athletic he was when he was young.
Shaq grew up in this generation. Now, like how different would he be still?
Oh, I mean, it depends. If he was lazy, like you said he was, then probably not very much.
So do you think he'd be like a Giannis then, another Giannis?
No, like I said, Shaq said numerous times, like he gained a bunch of weight. He was lazy. He didn't want to put the work in. Well, if you don't want to put the work in, you're lazy. Then you're gonna gain weight. And if you gain weight, you're not gonna be dominant. You're not gonna be Giannis. You know.
You think Giannis is a generational talent or no?
That's a tough one. I think Giannis is the perfect modern day big man.
Yeah. Problem is he's not like the greatest 3-point shooter.
Yeah, I don't think you need to necessarily be. You just need to be able to stretch the floor. If you can hit threes at a 35% clip.
What about Rudy Gobert?
Rudy Gobert's trash. I cannot stand Rudy Gobert. I think Rudy Gobert would have been great in the 90s.
I think he's a good player. I think we just we're not.
We see all his lowlights. I tell you that.
Yeah, I think we're not seeing the little things he does. Like, there's a lot of things he does for the Timberwolves that opens
He
up
sets really good screens.
screens,
Yeah.
rebounds when he
Yeah.
wants to,
Absolutely. When he wants to.
a rim protector.
Rim protector when he wants to. Yeah, when he tries.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think Rudy Gobert has good things about him, but I think he's trash. I can't stand him. I don't want him on my team. I'm not paying him a max contract. I'll tell you that right now.
I don't know what it is, but his running stance just kills me.
He's like,
He's
if he put his hands back, he'd be the perfect Naruto runner.
I think it's just because he's so tall and long. That's why it is.
Probably could be. What's another big in the NBA that you don't think should be in the NBA, but it is because of his size?
I don't have one on the top of my mind right now.
You don't have one?
No. I feel like every big fits a team like the way it's supposed to, I guess you could say.
You think DeAndre Ayton's a good big in today's NBA?
He's another example of Shaq.
Okay.
He's lazy.
He's lazy.
Like, I think if he would really put his mind to it, I think he'd been a really good player.
Sure.
But I think he just needs to find the right system that fits the way he plays. Which I haven't watched him since the Suns.
Damn, you haven't watched any Blazers games?
No. I watch like
we hoopers out here, right?
I watch like Lakers, Minnesota, Timberwolves, Detroit.
Of course.
Pacers.
Are you a Cade rider?
No. I just like the way they play. They're a physical defensive team like they were in the 2000s. I mean, when they spanked the Lakers in 2004. You know? I just like watching that type of basketball.
Spanked the Lakers is crazy.
0-4. Yeah, they swept you guys out of there.
I don't like you very much right now. I'll tell you that. I mean, has the way that the big man is played now changed any way that other positions are played, you think? Like, I feel like back in the day, right? You had a point guard who wasn't the greatest defensively. Okay. It's okay because you had a big man down low who could play defense. Nowadays, you got to be able to guard your own. I think the way the modern day has been
and the
changed,
bigs are getting faster and stronger.
Right.
Like they're starting to, like Victor Wemby. Like Victor
Wemby. Just call him,
is like
just call him Wemby for the love of God.
Is then a prime example of like now they're starting to extend. If they start extending their range out like he is, it's like whoa.
Yeah.
Now it like spaces out the floor.
Right, and I think now point guards, shooting guards, forwards, they need to be able to guard.
Mm-hmm.
Right, which is why I think you see a lot more like taller point guards now, right?
Like Orlando Magic is a good example of like tall.
Right, they're a tall, long team. Right, everybody on that team is qualified because they're tall and because they're long. I think you also have to have a lob threat in today's NBA as a big man.
I think like the Lakers,
Jackson Hayes, man,
and Luka. Yep, and it's like a good example of what
Mark Williams and LaMelo Ball. Another great example.
Also supposed to be a Laker, and then they failed his physical.
Yeah, he failed his physical.
And supposedly, I heard rumors that the Lakers did it, like failed him on purpose.
I mean, maybe because they didn't like what they saw.
But
Pelinka thought it was a good enough trade at the time. I don't know. Was there regret for trading Dalton Connect?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, look at him now, dude. He's going off.
He's having good games, yeah. I'm not saying that, like...
He's not going off, like, the whole season, but, like, he's starting to find his confidence and find his stride.
He's becoming a hooper. You know what I mean? He's starting to become a hooper.
Yeah, he's spank us, that's for sure.
I'm fucking fat, and you're in a JUCO college. Yeah, I think he would spank us, for sure. Yeah, no, I think the way the NBA has changed the big man, for sure. I think... I don't think a lot of 90s big men could fit in today's game.
No.
But I also don't think a lot of today's big men could fit in the 90s.
That's true. I think that Victor, he'd struggle.
Victor would struggle purely because he'd get bullied.
Yeah.
By everybody.
Because every big that back then was like all strong, muscular.
Right.
300 freaking pure muscle, you know.
Yeah. No, I like Shaq would kill Wemby in the 90s. In today's game? No.
No.
But also in the 90s too, like you got to realize the paint was a lot more crowded. Because people were a lot more willing to let you shoot threes because they weren't shooting at 45% clips wide open. So, yeah. All right, let's move on. We got top 3 of the week. Today, we're talking about the top 3 NBA duos.
Are you ready for this one?
Okay, who's your number 1 duo in the NBA right now?
Doc Rivers and Darvin Ham.
He's trolling. There's just no way. Salute.
Salute to that one.
Salute. He's just a chill guy.
That's a good duo. Did you see the shot when
Tyrese.
Tyrese Halliburton
Yeah.
hit the shot?
And Darvin's just hands in his
Hands
pocket.
just
sitting
watching
back,
it.
And Doc's like,
No, Doc's having a panic attack.
yeah,
Darvin is just like the chillest person.
They are the exact opposite of each other, but they look the exact same.
They fit the Bucks.
They do. Okay, seriously, who's your number one?
You go first.
Okay, fine. I think the number one duo in the NBA is LeBron and Luka. Purely based off talent, right? I'm not saying like, oh, this is the duo that's going to necessarily is the current like best like chemistry wise, or like they work together or they complement each other the most.
You want to hear an underrated duo right here?
Go ahead.
Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry.
Okay. Not my top three.
Not my top three, but they're a really freaking good duo.
They are.
They're on a streak right now.
Yeah, they are. Who's your number one duo in the NBA? I got LeBron and Luka.
LeBron, Luka. You can do Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
That's who I got in my two. Is Jason and
it's a good duo.
Jalen. Yeah, they're good. They're great. Some would argue. I kind of miss Steph and Clay.
Yeah.
Do you miss Steph and Clay? Like as a hooper?
No.
You don't miss watching Steph and Clay?
No. They killed my Rockets every time, so no.
That's true. Yeah, you were a James Harden fan back then.
I was so devastated every time they get to like when he missed 21 threes in one quarter.
Sure.
Like,
yeah. Chris Paul
goes out.
Yeah. Chris Paul. Trash.
No.
No, he's actually really good.
He
was trash.
You think he's gonna go down as Hall of Famer?
Yeah, he'll be a Hall of Famer. For
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Who's your number two duo?
Probably Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry.
Number two?
Yeah, they're good.
Over LeBron and Luka?
Yeah. I'm telling you.
You think LeBron and Luka are worse than Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry as a duo?
No, not Jimmy Butler. Luka and LeBron are your first.
My first, not your first.
Yeah, my second.
Oh. Who's your first?
I said Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
So then your second is Steph Curry and
yeah.
So then you're saying that Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry are higher on your list than LeBron and Luka?
Yes.
We're wrapping this episode up so quick.
I'm just kidding. You can do Jalen Brunson and Cat now.
They're in my honorable mention spot. Because I don't. Okay, so you have your two. I have my two. I'm gonna give you my third real quick. I don't think there's a world where you can go without saying Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, just because of what they've accomplished.
That's
right?
so true.
Like they're just a dominant duo. Like when you think about the Nuggets, you think about Murray and Jokic. Even though I can't stand Jamal Murray, but
no, why not?
You know why? We don't even.
Let's hear it.
Because he turns into prime Michael Jordan when he plays my Lakers. All right, that's the only reason I don't like him. Other than that, great hooper. Who's your third spot?
I can't think of one right now. I'm not gonna lie.
You're not gonna pick LeBron and Luka.
Well, I thought we were only picking like we could only pick one.
No, we can have the same.
Oh, then yeah, LeBron and Luka are probably my first or second.
Okay, good, yeah.
But like,
over Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my honorable mention right there.
It's Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry.
You could do it right for this one.
Yeah.
Giannis and Dame.
That's a good duo. Honorable mention there for sure.
Yeah, honorable mention.
I do. Because I think a duo that nobody's talking about that they might need to. There's two of them. Ready?
Yeah.
It's Amon Thompson, and Jalen Green. Okay, and then you have Victor Wembanyama and De'Aaron Fox. They haven't got to play very much together, if any games, if I'm not mistaken. But that duo is gonna be crazy.
It'll be all right, We haven't been able to see him play yet.
You could tell based off talent alone. De'Aaron likes to run. Wemby's fast.
Needs to be a lob threat.
I think so. I mean, he's 7'4".
Do you think Chris Paul's staying there for a couple more years?
No, I think Chris Paul's gone after this year.
You think he's retiring?
I don't think he'll retire. He said he's got a couple more years left in him. I think, honestly, he's going to go where the money's probably the highest, and I don't blame him for doing so. But he also might want to try to win a championship.
Do you think the Suns like this last chance of winning?
The Suns were obviously they were his last chance. Currently, I don't think they'll be his last chance. I could see CP3 ending up in a team that needs a point guard, like a Miami Heat.
I bet.
Like a Miami Heat.
I think Heat would be good.
Yeah, him with Bam and Tyler Hero.
I think teams that need a veteran. I think the Wizards might try and go after them.
I mean, CP3 on the Pistons as a backup point guard would be kind kind of nasty, kind of nice. Could you imagine CP3 on the Nuggets?
No, because they have Russell.
Right, but Russell. I mean, if Russell stays,
He's gonna stay.
Maybe
100%.
maybe.
Matters how far they go this season too,
Sure.
but I can see them going a little deep in the playoffs.
I wouldn't be mad at him staying there. I think that's probably a good fit.
They only need a couple more pieces to make them really contenders. I feel like they're like their bench is like just it's all right.
That's fair. Christian Braun, can't stand him. Hate that guy.
Why?
You know why? I can't stand him.
I think you hate every player on the Nuggets.
No, I like Aaron Gordon. Should have won the dunk contest.
Yeah,
It was Zach LaVine did not win that dunk contest
I don't know. It was a pretty good dunk contest. Yeah, it's the best one.
by far.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess in the past 20 years, 30
easily,
years.
without question. They had like 3 of the most iconic dunks of all time.
That's true.
I mean, Aaron Gordon jumped over a mascot and put the ball underneath his legs and yammed it. Like Zach went from the free throw line even though he stepped over the line.
Yeah, but I mean that dunk I feel like is just being overused.
It is, and that's why I said Aaron should have won it. Should have been a 49. Somebody should have had some sense in them.
Yeah,
but nobody did. Regardless, whatever. All right, let's get out of here. Tell them where they can follow us, guys.
You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook,
Yeah.
basically any other like
X.com,
X.com,
MySpace.
You know.
He doesn't know what MySpace is.
No, I don't know. The In the Paint podcast, or
Yeah.
what would it be called?
No, it's in the Paint
In the
podcast. Yeah, that's where you'll find us on most socials. We'll have links in the description down below for all of our socials.
We're going to try to do this weekly, one episode, Saturday or Sunday, one of the two.
Yeah, I think we'll probably upload once a week at least. I think we'll also end up one day just creating a backlog of content for little games like what ifs, or we'll have drafts back and forth because that's something that we enjoy doing. Yeah. If you guys have any feedback, suggestions, comments, put them down below. Let us know what you want to see in future episodes. What are we talking about next episode, Gage?
Basketball.
Obviously. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. We are going to talk about load management, especially with the playoffs coming up. I think we're going to talk a little bit more about playoff matchups and who we think would probably win if the playoffs stop today. But yeah, other than that, we'll see y'all next week. Make sure y'all stay in the paint.
Yes, sir.